Hello and welcome to another landscape photography, or rather cityscape editing video. Today I'm gonna take this absolutely beautiful shot of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France and turn it into something like this. I'm really trying to get a little bit of a different feel, a different mood to what I usually do with my other pictures. Well, anyways, before I start editing this shot, I want to tell you quickly something about the settings and where I took this shot. So you can see here, I've took this at 1/50th of a second on a tripod at f5.6, ISO 100 at 50 millimeters. Now a lot of people probably think I've took this with a telephoto lens because it seems so near, but in reality it's really just a beautiful view of the Tour Montparnasse that you get, and you can even get such an amazing, almost telephoto-like shot at 50 millimeters. So if you visit Paris, I definitely suggest you to visit the Tour Montparnasse. Absolutely beautiful place, beautiful views in all directions. Okay, anyways, let's get started with editing. So first thing I could do, as you surely know, is bring up the shadows so we have a lot of detail to play with. Then I'm gonna bring down the highlights about half the way. Then let's bring down the black so we get a lot of contrast back, you know, it kinda looks too washed out like that. So I'm just gonna bring that down, hold down the Alt key to see wherever the blacks are clipped. I think I'm gonna stick around there for now. Then to the whites, let's hold down the Alt key by pressing on it. And you can see it's very close to being overexposed, so I'm not gonna do anything with the whites in this shot. Then to contrast, let's play around with contrast. Now I kinda like what contrast does in the foreground, but not so much in the background. So I think I'm just gonna raise the contrast slider a little bit for now, and maybe take away some of the contrast later with a graduated filter. Then let's go down to clarity. Now I kinda like this very plus clarity look. Here's at 0, here's at plus 60. Let me see here. I think I'm gonna go around plus 40 for now. Again, I might add some more in the foreground later and take some away in the background. Just because I kind of want a very dynamic image this time, you know, I want to go from very sharp to kind of hazy in the background. Then let's go to vibrance. I think the vibrance is fine how it is, I'm not gonna adjust anything there. But what I will adjust is the color temperature, because the color temperature definitely is a bit too blue. So let me bring that to the warm tones. I think I don't want to overdo it, so I think I'm just gonna stick it around 6000. Here's at default, and here's at 6000. So I definitely like that a bit better. Then to tints, definitely not gonna add any greens. However, you know, usually I like magenta in my sunset pictures, but I'm really not sure if that will work for this photo. I think I'm just gonna reset tint for now and leave it how it is. So after that, let's go down to the tonal curve and bring up the highlights as always. This time I'm not gonna do it as much, even though I really like the effect. It just kinda blows out the sky too much to be recovered later. So I think I'm just gonna go plus 20 here, maybe 25, somewhere around there. And to the light slider, let's just play around with that. Now this is definitely way too bright, so I think I might even bring that down just a tiny bit, something like that. And the darks, let's see here. Now the darks, I might even bring them down just so we have even more contrast in the shot. And the darks, definitely can see the difference there on the trees, so I think I'm gonna stick there. Also a little bit of minus. Point curve, let's see that one quickly here. Medium contrast, linear. I kinda like medium. Strong is a bit too much, so I'm gonna stick with medium here and go down to HSL. Now HSL tool, you surely know, just grab this little pinpointer in the hue, saturation and luminance separately, go over the color you would like to change or see how it looks with another setting in your picture, just click on it and bring down or up your mouse. I don't think I'm gonna change anything in the oranges or yellows in the hue tool. Let's go with green. I'm not gonna change anything there either. I'm gonna speed up the rest of the process because you've surely seen that a lot of times in my previous videos. Alright, so I'm done after messing around with these HSL tools. Really not a big difference. Here's without and here's with. You probably won't even be able to see it on YouTube. So again, you know, HSL tool, if you have the time, play around with it, but it's definitely not a super important tool compared to the others you have, like the tonal curve or the basics adjustments. So, you know, if you want to play around with it, that's up to you. Then to the split toning, I usually really like split toning, especially the highlight tool in there on my sunset photos, but I'm really not sure if I want to add any color here in the highlights. But let's just play around. Maybe a little bit of orange. Let's see here. I mean, that's already kind of too much even at a very low saturation. So I really don't think I'm gonna add anything here, but usually in most of my sunsets I really like this tool, and I definitely suggest you to play around with that. Then let's go down to the shadows and see anything there. Well, I really don't think I'm gonna change anything there either. So let's go straight away down to the detail tool, zoom in 1:1 and see if there's any sharpening needed. Really amazing how much sharpness there already is. You can even see those people on the Eiffel Tower. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I think a bit of plus sharpness could help though. So let's see how much I want to add. I definitely don't want to overdo that. So I think I'm just gonna add around 50. Zoom back out again and bring the masking slider to the right while holding down the Alt key. Everything that's white is going to be sharpened and everything that's black is not going to be sharpened, so you definitely want to make sure that you don't select too much of the sky. I'm gonna leave it right there and zoom in 1:1 again. And in terms of noise reduction, I mean, there's definitely some noise in the picture, especially because we've raised the shadows so much on so much, you know, dark parts of the image, but I really don't think it's that bad, and I really am not a big fan of noise reduction. But what I will do instead of adding noise reduction is go to the color slider right below the noise reduction and raise that one. And this will just get rid of the green and purple sensor noise that you especially can see in these trees right here. So let's see how much I want to add until everything is removed there. Here's at 0, or rather at default, and here's at around plus 70. I'm really not sure how good you can see it on YouTube, but I definitely can see it in person right here. I wonder what that is. Looks kind of like a fire or something. Anyways, let's zoom back out again and go down to the lens corrections, profile, enable profile corrections. Really not a big difference because the 50mm 1.8 really doesn't have a lot of distortion, but definitely still enable that. Then to color, remove chromatic aberration, just my regular stuff, and we're already done there. Then down to effects, I definitely am gonna play around with vignetting here. I'm not sure if I want to add any actually. That might be one of my few pictures where I don't want to add any vignetting. Yeah, I don't think vignetting works quite well for this shot, so I'm just gonna leave that at 0. And down here at the camera calibration, you know, you could play around with these profiles and these sliders, but I'm just gonna leave that out for this picture because it tends to not have a huge impact to your photos. But definitely, if you're still learning, definitely play around with these, and if you have the extra time. Alright, so as you can see, we're done with the global adjustments, so now I'm gonna do local adjustments. First of all, I'm gonna grab a graduated filter and just kinda drag it over this part of the image, you know, somewhere in the background, make a very smooth edge, reset everything for now, and I'm gonna go minus clarity, just to get a little bit of this hazy and, you know, kind of misty look in the background. I'm definitely not gonna overdo it in this shot, but I think a bit of minus works quite well. Then I'm gonna add another for the foreground here, just kind of like that. Reset everything here as well, and just bring the clarity to the right. I really like the effect it has on the foreground. Maybe even gonna raise the shadows even more. Let's see here. Yeah, I kinda like this effect. So I think we already have a pretty cool picture. I'm very happy in terms of contrast and clarity. But the last thing that I'm gonna do, as always, is add some dodge and burning, meaning making individual parts of the image brighter or darker. For that, today I'm just gonna grab a radial filter, again reset everything for now, invert the mask, make sure the feather is to 100, and I think I'm gonna go and start off with negative exposure. So I'm just gonna bring that one down here, and I'm gonna add some radial filters and add some dodge and burning. See you in a second. Alright, so I'm back after messing around with some dodge and burning. Here is without, and here's with. As you can see, it just adds a little bit of color, a little bit of interest into the picture. So as always, let's see where we started at with the raw file. Here is the raw file without any adjustments, really kind of flat, really not much interest, contrast is kind of missing as well as clarity. And here's what we've made out of it in about 10 minutes, I'd say. Now I might have overdone it a little bit with the color, so let me bring that one down just a little bit, as well as in the radial filters. You know, a thing that I often like to do is go to color here in the radial filters when I add dodge and burning and add some color there. You know, I really like that, but for this photo I've kind of overdone it. You know, sometimes it's really helpful to see the raw file comparison so you can see if you have overdone a setting that you otherwise would not see as such. Well, anyways, I like that one better. I think it's a really cool picture. By the way, the sky really didn't have any interest in it, no clouds, no texture whatsoever. So I just figured I'll leave it that way, you know, very bright. And by the way, it's not overexposed, really just the left part is a bit overexposed, but that really doesn't bother me in this picture because it has a great dynamic from very bright to kind of a little bit darker in the foreground, especially those trees and those shadows. However, I think there might be a little bit too much of it, so let me go quickly into the cropping tool and just crop down some of the sky. Let's see how this looks. It might look even better. I'm not quite sure which one I like better, but you know, it's definitely worth to try out, you know, every setting you can, so you definitely end up with the best possible picture. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be hugely appreciated and definitely very helpful. And if you would like to see more videos just like this one, other Lightroom edits, photo critiques, and all kind of amazing stuff in the future, be sure to subscribe. Once again, I want to thank you very much for watching, keep taking awesome pictures, and take care.